PBS.
Stay tuned for another episode of Victory at Sea, the Battle of Midway. Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Elliott. Sitting immediately next to me is John Davis from MPT's Motor Week. Welcome to our Victory at Sea Marathon. Tonight we're airing 5 episodes of this award-winning and historic series that aired originally in the early 1950s. Victory at Sea was broadcast for the first time in 1952-53, I believe. It was hailed at that time as the greatest of all World War II documentaries. What a fitting time to watch this stirring saga again 50 years after D-Day, when the Allies landed on the beaches of Normandy. Now, right now, it's the perfect time to say thank you to MPT for bringing this classic TV series back. If you could, right now, pick up your telephone and give us a call at 1-800-222-1292 with your pledge of financial support. Help us continue to illuminate America's past and our place in history. We have a number of ways we'd like to thank you at various pledge levels. Let me tell you about one of them right now, if I might. If you can walk to the telephone with a piece of plastic in your hand and make a pledge to Maryland Public Television at the $300 pledge level, we have for you the Victory at Sea VHS set of the series. That is 26 half-hour programs at the $300 pledge level. And we did the math on this. That works out about $12 a program. You simply cannot get an award-winning series like this for $12 a program. In addition, of course, that $300 will be doing Maryland Public TV an awful lot of good. So I ask you, please pick up your phone. Give us a call right now. It's 1-800-222-1292. John?
Thanks, Bruce. A lot of folks were not aware when this series originally aired how much of the World War II footage they had been able to maintain. I was about 5 years old when this first aired, and it made such an impression on me that even today, I remember a lot of the scenes from it, and I've really been enjoying watching the replay here on Maryland Public Television. Along with the gift set that Bruce was telling you about, we also have for folks that maybe would like to sample a little bit more of the Victory at Sea. For $75, you actually get your choice of one of these 2 cassettes. Now, one cassette has the Pearl Harbor series, which is actually 4 episodes, and it contains the shows that you've been watching along with 3 other episodes. And for $75, however, you can also get the D-Day series, which is also 4 episodes, and these are programs that you'll be seeing a little bit later on. For $120, you can get both of these videotapes. That's really a great bargain. That's 8 total episodes of Victory at Sea. And we've got a lot of other things to show our appreciation this evening. For $90, you can get the Victory at Sea set of CDs. There's 2 of them. Richard Rogers wrote this very stirring music. It was recorded by the RCA Victor Symphony Orchestra. I remember at the time one of the leading broadcast orchestras. For $75, however, you can also get the same music, but on cassette. And as always, we'd like to remind you that you can charge this on your Visa or MasterCard, Discovery, or even American Express. All makes it very easy for you to become a member of Maryland Public Television and to really experience all of this great music and pictures that we're seeing tonight here on Victory at Sea. Our number is 1-800-222-1292. And I'd like to turn things over now to a man who in this area needs absolutely no introduction, but I will anyway, Mr. Johnny Dark.
Oh, I want to tell you, we have some wonderful things to tell you about tonight. But first of all, I want to introduce you to all the great people that are with us from the Children's Theater Association and the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland. They have volunteered their time to be with us tonight because they want all these phones to ring. So that's your job. Keep the phones ringing. And you'll probably want to call. For this $60 pledge, you get the World War II American Heritage book. This is an absolutely incredible book. And I know there are a lot of you watching tonight who probably remember the days of air raid wardens, loved ones going off to war, rationing coupons. It's all in here. And if you'd like to do it, why not donate it to your child's school? It would be wonderful for the school library. Also, $35 is the basic membership. It gets you the MPT magazine delivered to your home each and every month, so you hear about all the wonderful shows that we have here on Maryland Public Television. And keep this in mind, inside you'll find a couple of discount coupons to the Maryland Renaissance Festival. You'll save yourself some money. And there are other coupons in upcoming editions. By the way, if you call tonight and you charge your membership, you will end up getting this in time to use those coupons. And just ask Bruce Elliott. He takes his family every year. It's a wonderful event. Now, we also have something extra special to tell you about. The following members have pooled together their money, and when you request a VHS set of the Victory at Sea series, Maryland Public Television gets an additional $100. So when you pledge $300 or more, MPT gets an additional $100. Help us out. Make that $300 worth $400 to Maryland Public Television. Go to your telephone right now and dial 1-800-222-1292. Keep the phones ringing. Keep the volunteers busy. We want to hear from you tonight, all right? Do that right now. We've got a wonderful group of people who are going to make your $300 pledge worth $400. Go to the phone right now. 1-800-222-1292.
One lucky MPT viewer will win a fabulous vacation for two at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on Waikiki Beach. Your dream of a lifetime starts when you fly to Hawaii on United Airlines, the official airline of MPT. Then it's 7 days and 6 nights of paradise. Hilton Hawaiian Village features 10 restaurants, nightly entertainment, lush tropical flora, cascading waterfalls, a private lagoon, and over 100 specialty shops. Thanks to United Vacations and Hilton Hawaiian Village for providing this fun in the sun trip.
I'm taking a look at some of the various programs in this series for the $300 pledge level. I'll tell you about one or two of them in just a minute. Now, everybody who calls during this August pledge drive will automatically be entered in our drawing for that 7-day Hawaiian vacation. What a marvelous way to see Hawaii, and frankly, what a wonderful historical perspective to have after watching this particular program. I'm sure that your visit to Pearl Harbor will have greater meaning yet. The drawing will be held the last day of our drive. We also have something else special for those of you who call in tonight during our Victory at Sea Marathon. Everybody who calls in will be automatically entered in a drawing for tickets to the Chesapeake Air Show, which is going to be held September 17th and 18th at Martin State Airport. If you've never seen an air show, believe me, they're a blast. 6 lucky viewers will win a package of 4 tickets each to the air show. I'll tell you a little bit more about the air show a little bit later on. Now, $300 pledge from you for this Victory at Sea VHS set. That is all 26 programs. The Fate of Europe, the Road to Mandalay, Okinawa, every single naval battle during the course of World War II. Let me mention this to you, if I might. The response to programs on public television like the Civil War is astounding. This is a significant piece of our history. That's 1-800-222-1292. Make it a part of your home as well. John?
Thanks, Bruce. You know, we have, as a producer here at Maryland Public Television, I know every day when I come to work how important it is to hear from folks like you to become members of MPT. We want you to call right now. We'll be going back to the program in only about a minute or so, but there's still plenty of time. Get on that phone. We have lots of gifts to let you know how much we appreciate it. Call us right now. This is Maryland Public Television, 1-800-222-1292. Back now to Victory at Sea, and thank you for your support.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support. Join MPT for an historical tour of the White House with Mrs. John F. Kennedy, Saturday evening beginning at 4.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This is PBS.
Stay tuned. In just a few minutes, we'll be going back for another stirring episode of Victory at Sea. Coming up next, Invasion of North Africa. Hi, I'm John Davis of MPT's Motor Week. Now, if you've just joined us, we're in the middle of our Victory at Sea Marathon. Tonight, we're airing 5 episodes of this award-winning and historic series, one that I remember back from the early 1950s. You know, the power of Victory at Sea comes from 2 things. First, it captures the actual events as they happened, and also it gives us a glimpse of the people whose lives were changed forever by this dramatic time in history. I remember watching this series with my father, who was a veteran of World War II, and he could relate to a lot of what he was seeing on the screen. Now, if you're one of those people like my dad, we hope you appreciate this opportunity to reflect on these events once again. And we hope you will show that appreciation with a pledge of your financial support tonight to Maryland Public Television. With your help, we can continue to bring you programs that honor our past, help us understand the present, and guide us to the future. You see the number on the screen, 1-800-222-1292. Call us now with your pledge. Now, if you're one of those that really want to get into Victory at Sea, we want to recommend pledging $300 tonight, because if you do that, you get the entire Victory at Sea set of videotapes. Now, there's 6 tapes that cover 26 half-hour programs that cover the entire series. Yours is our appreciation for a $300 gift tonight for Maryland Public Television. Sitting next to me is Johnny Dark. Johnny's been around this market for a long time. He's seen a lot of very interesting programs, but have you ever seen anything quite like Victory at Sea?
No, and as we were mentioning just a few moments ago before we went on for this break, the footage is incredible. The quality is absolutely phenomenal when you realize how old it is.
That's right.
The restoration is incredible. Now, if you're listening to us and watching us tonight, first of all, if you can't get the whole set, Victory at Sea D-Day, the VHS, you can get that for $75. Victory at Sea Pearl Harbor VHS, $75. You can get both of them for $120. How about that? That's a great opportunity. VHS tapes, a total of 8 episodes in these 2 VHS tapes. Now, as you watch the show tonight, you can't help but be intrigued and fascinated by the music. Absolutely incredible music by Richard Rodgers. We have the music for you on CD. $90 for the Victory at Sea CD, the set of 2. $75 for the Victory at Sea cassette for the set of 2. It's Victory at Sea, Richard Rodgers, and more Victory at Sea. Do me a favor and go to your phone right now. Charge on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. Bruce?
Thanks, Johnny. Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Elliott, and I am surrounded by volunteers from the Children's Theater Association and from the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland, answering your telephone calls at 1-800-222-1292. Now, World War II is more than simply an event. It is part of our history. It is part of the history of Maryland, the 29th Division, and it's the only National Guard unit ever to lead an amphibious assault, part of what is covered in Victory at Sea. At the $60 pledge level, we have something else for you to put on your coffee table and explain to you, if you're of my generation or younger, to explain to your kids, if you are of my dad's generation, what World War II was as a historical event, as it impacted on you as a young man or as a young woman. At the $60 pledge level, this is a spectacular book, World War II, the American Heritage Picture History. It includes things that I, frankly, and I'm a history buff, never knew. I never knew that there was a role for the Russian cavalry in encircling the Wehrmacht at Stalingrad. The horse cavalry in World War II, there were successes. That's the kind of thing you'll learn at the $60 pledge level. Please pick up the phone and give us a call. Now, if all of this is a little too rich for your blood, but you'd like to become a member of Maryland Public Television, if you'd like to support the kind of programming that we do for you here, at the $35 pledge level, it's about 67 cents, it seems to me, per week over the next 52 weeks. Think about what you're paying for cable. The basic membership here at MPT, which among other things will give you the MPT magazine. And in this magazine this month, and we'll get this one to you as quickly as we can, are a couple of marvelous passes or discount passes for your family. Now, there is a member challenge in effect for the first 300 of you that call. I believe it's 300. I believe it's the first 300 of you that call. When you request a VHS set of the Victory at Sea series, MPT gets an additional $100. That's not 300, it's 50. I'm trying to do the math in my head. The first 50 of you who call, that means $5,000. I mean, obviously math was not my strong point. If we get 50 requests for the VHS set of the series, we will get an additional $5,000 from a group of our current members. Now, just in case you are wondering, let's see a sample of just some of the wonderful programming that your membership dollars bring into your home.
Our volunteers are waiting for your call right now. A few of them are on the phone, but we've got some that aren't on the phone yet. So go to your phone right now. You've got a few minutes before we go back to Victory at Sea. Call up and make your pledge here at Maryland Public Television, 1-800-222-1292. I want to hear those phones ringing. After all, this is MPT's 25th anniversary coming up, and this is the beginning of our August pledge drive. We've great plans for our 25th anniversary year, but we need to hear from you tonight to help give us the funds and the support we need to make it all happen. We've got some wonderful programs coming up. Tomorrow night, Washington Week in Review, and the series that I'm senior producer on, Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser, a show that we produce, as you guessed, right here at our Maryland Public Television studios. And then there'll be a night of music with barbershop singing and a new special by Huey Lewis and the News. And for you Motor Week fans, we didn't forget you. We'll be back in just a few weeks. But right now, it's Victory at Sea time. And for everyone tonight that contributes $300 to Maryland Public Television, we've got this gift set of all the Victory at Sea VHS tapes. 26 episodes are covered. We want to hear from you right now. Call us 1-800-222-1292. And Johnny, what else have you got for us?
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't help but reflect on what Bruce was saying about being a part of our American heritage. I had a brother who was in the 82nd Airborne, another one who flew in the 5th Air Force in World War II. This is so much a part of our lives. Now, there may be some of you watching and listening tonight who are grandparents. These would be wonderful things for you to give to your grandchildren. $75, Victory at Sea D-Day, the VHS. $75, the Victory at Sea Pearl Harbor VHS, or get them both for $120. A total of 8 exciting episodes, part of the American heritage. And again, if you'd like the Victory at Sea music, we have it on CD, a set of 2 for $90. $75, the Victory at Sea cassette, a set of 2. You can charge on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. So go to your telephone right now and make your pledge, 1-800-222-1292. We thank you so much for your support.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
Be here for a Best of Barbershop Music special in Keep America Singing. Friday night at 9 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
Hi, I'm Bruce Elliott. Stay tuned for another episode of Victory at Sea, Sicily and the Italian Campaign. I'm here with Johnny Dark and with John Davis from MPT's Motor Week and with you. And if you have just joined us, we're in the middle of our Victory at Sea marathon. Now, the combat film in Victory at Sea came from 10 different governments. Much of it had never been shown prior to the original broadcast of the series. The narration, as you may have noted, was kept to a minimum so that the images could speak for themselves. And Richard Rodgers' 13-hour score was the longest symphonic score ever written. Victory at Sea is a one-of-a-kind series, and MPT has brought it back to you. Now, if you're glad we did, call right now with your pledge of financial support. To be honest, we are a bit disappointed in the degree of financial support offered for this program and other programs like it so far this evening. We need your support for this kind of program. We need you to say, this was an important part of my life. I want to support this kind of programming on MPT, and we need you to do it right now. It's 1-800-222-1292. Now, in return, we will use your pledge to bring you more television worth watching. There's a member challenge in effect. We need 35 more viewers to pledge $300 or more in order for us at MPT to receive an additional $5,000 from members who are offering that as a match. So we're going to start a 5-minute clock and pray that you'll pick up the telephone at 1-800-222-1292 and pledge for the spectacular $300 Victory at Sea VHS set of the series. That is all 26 half-hour programs. That is a program cost of about $12 a program. I don't think you can go into any video store and find a program with this kind of production quality and this kind of content for $12 a video. It just doesn't exist. This is 26 half hours of some of the most important naval combat in the history in the history of this globe, potentially. But we need your support, and we need it right now. That's $300 pledge, 1-800-222-1292. I hope I've motivated you to get up and get to the telephone. Johnny?
Well, Bruce, there's something else that I couldn't help but think about. I mentioned earlier, if you're a grandparent, you can reflect back on these times and say, we were so much more patriotic then. There was so much more love of country. We saw our loved ones go off to war. We followed what was going on. This is one way that you can pass this great heritage on to your grandchildren. $75, the Victory at Sea D-Day VHS. Make a $75 pledge and it's yours. A $75 pledge will get you the Victory at Sea Pearl Harbor VHS. Now, if you want them both, $120, and both of these VHS tapes are yours. That is a total of 8 episodes. Now, we've gone on and on about the music. Listen now, and you'll hear the music that you're hearing in this incredible series. If you'd like to preserve it, if you'd like to have it in the comfort of your own home, a $75 pledge gets you the Victory at Sea cassette. Oh, pardon me. Yes, $75 for the cassette, $90 for the Victory at Sea CD, the set of 2. Go to the phone right now. Charge it on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. Let's keep those phones ringing while that clock is ticking. John?
Thanks, Johnny. We've got a little less than 3 minutes left. Please call in right now. Our operators are starting to get pretty busy. We have all our volunteers here this evening from the Children's Theater Association and also the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland. They're waiting for your calls. Quite a few are busy, but not everyone yet. Now, I know that the $75, $90, and $300 levels, they may be a little rich for everyone's blood, but we do have something for you that contribute at the $60 level to Maryland Public Television. Now, this is the American Heritage Picture History of World War II. I remember when this book first came out in 1966, it was considered the definitive pictorial history of World War II, and it still is today. But we'd like to let you know that even if you can only afford to become a basic membership here at Maryland Public Television, that we will include our MPT magazine every month that gives all the upcoming information. We want you to know that we'd love to have you as a member, no matter what you can afford. Right now, we just want you to call. The clock's ticking down. The number's on the screen, 1-800-222-1292. Remember, we have this member challenge going on, and the following members have pooled their money together. So if you request the VHS set of the Victory at Sea series, the one that Bruce and Johnny were showing you, for every $300 pledge that gets you that set, we get an additional $100 from these lists of very special members. Now, if we get 50 requests for the VHS set of the series, then we will get tonight that extra $5,000 matching grant. So we want you to call. These folks have come forward and say, we want to do our extra part for Maryland Public Television. It's now up to you. We still have a few phones that aren't ringing. We want you to go to the phones, call right now. We're going to be returning to Victory at Sea in just a couple of minutes, but we need your support here at Maryland Public Television. Call us, 1-800-222-1292. Please call now.
One lucky MPT viewer will win a fabulous vacation for 2 at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on Waikiki Beach. Your dream of a lifetime starts when you fly to Hawaii on United Airlines, the official airline of MPT. Then it's 7 days and 6 nights of paradise. Hilton Hawaiian Village features 10 restaurants, nightly entertainment, lush tropical flora, cascading waterfalls, a private lagoon, and over 100 specialty shops. Thanks to United Vacations and Hilton Hawaiian Village for providing this fun-in-the-sun trip.
We are back. Well, as you see, we have exactly 6 seconds left, and I am told in my left ear that we still need about an additional 15 people who have pockets deep enough and who care enough about the history of World War II to call me and make a pledge at the $300 level. Our telephone number is 1-800-222-1292. And you know what? I know you're out there. This is a program that appeals to you. I know this is of value to you, and I know that you'll pick up a telephone and call and make that pledge to Maryland Public Television for the $300 for the spectacular 26-program series of Victory at Sea. There is a great value we place in bringing you the best documentaries the Great Depression, the Civil War, Victory at Sea. The response to Ken Burns' series on the Civil War was astounding. We expect the response to Ken Burns' new documentary series on baseball to as well be astounding. I am hoping that you value history of World War II enough to let us know that it ranks right up there with baseball and with the Civil War. We need you to call. We need that to happen right now. Our telephone number is 1-800-222-1292. And by the way, MPT has not forgotten the kids. This Saturday morning, we're going to have a VidKid family special with road construction, a new Barney special, and with Lassie. And I don't know if you've picked up or had a chance to look at this past Sunday's TV guide, but there's, or TV week, I guess it is, from the Baltimore Sun. But the VidKid family special is highlighted. You might want to read that article prior to the VidKid family special coming up this Saturday, and I'll see you for that as well. MPT is offering something for everyone. $300 for the Victory at Sea VHS set. 26 programs. Pick it up right now. Make the call. Johnny?
Oh, we're getting pumped because the phones are ringing, and it's you're the one that's doing the job. I think a lot of the points that Bruce made are very true. This is the only place where you'll see a program like Victory at Sea. You won't find it on commercial television. It's not the kind of program that they find beneficial. But here on Maryland Public Television, we have it for you. We also have the VHS tapes. $75 for the Victory at Sea D-Day VHS. $75 for the Victory at Sea Pearl Harbor VHS. If you'd like them both, they're yours for a $120 pledge. A total of 8 exciting episodes of Victory at Sea. The Victory at Sea CD, a set of 2, yours for $90. Get the cassettes for $75. You can charge on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. 1-800-222-1292. Call right now.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
Catch a glimpse of our history, a preview of baseball. Monday night at 7:30 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
Hello, I'm John Davis of Motor Week. Tonight we're watching Victory at Sea, and stay tuned for our final episode of Victory at Sea and our special marathon, D-Day Normandy. The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Mediterranean. Those names call up memories of dramatic maritime battle. Victory at Sea brings it all back, the U-boats, the kamikaze pilots, the convoys, the beachheads. This series brings back the people too, the seamen, the soldiers, the civilians. And sometimes we need to look back and remember. I know I've enjoyed watching this series tonight. And to honor those people, we want you to thank MPT tonight by becoming a member. You must remember us. We're here as your servants 365 days a year and only ask for your support 3 times a year. This is the beginning of our most important August pledge drive. Our number is on the screen. It's 1-800-222-1292. We want you to go to the phones, call it right now. We've done pretty well this evening, but remember we have this very special $300 matching grant situation for everyone that joins as a member and contributes $300 to Maryland Public Television. We have this Victory at Sea special collector's edition of VHS tapes. It's the entire 26 half hours of the series. However, when you contribute that $300, we then have a matching grant of $100 from some of our members that have put together a very special pool. We needed to hear from 50 people becoming $300 members tonight. We've had 35 so far. We're almost at our goal. We need 15 more of you to call during this break and one more break that'll be up shortly. We want you to call right now. The number's on the screen, 1-800-222-1292. Sitting next to me, though, is Bruce Elliott. Bruce has got a lot more to tell you about. Even if you can't contribute $300, we still want to hear from you, right?
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, it is so important that whatever pledge level you think is appropriate for you, your financial situation, and your family, that you take the step over to your telephone, and that you call us at 1-800-222-1292. We need 15 more for that $300 level. If you say, I can't go $300, but I'd kind of like to have something from this series on hand for me, we have a couple of different options for you. At the $75 pledge level, we'd be delighted to send you one of 2 different thank you gifts. One of them is the D-Day VHS. Now, each of these VHS tapes has on it 4 of the programs from Victory at Sea. So the D-Day VHS also has on it Sicily, the Italian campaign, and the New Guinea campaign. Or for $75, you can have the Victory at Sea Pearl Harbor VHS, which also has on it the Battle of the Atlantic of 1939 through 41, and anti-submarine warfare from 41 to 43, which was in response, of course, to what the submarines were doing to Allied shipping during 39 to 41. These are valuable pieces of history. I mean, this is gold here. $120 both, the Pearl Harbor and the D-Day VHS tapes become part of your home library. Now, there's a total of 8 episodes for $120, and I urge you to pick up the telephone and call us. It's 1-800-222-1292. Now, the music, the Richard Rodgers music, 13 hours, the most spectacular score, a $90 Victory at Sea 2-CD set. This is the entire score of what you are hearing this evening while you are watching Victory at Sea, all the way from episode number 1 through episode number 26. It is spectacular music. Or for $75, the Victory at Sea cassette, and that, of course, also is a set of 2. So if you want the cassette to have in your car as you drive around, then you have that as an option as well. Now, one note. When you walk over to the telephone, you call us at 1-800-222-1292. Take the piece of plastic. Take your Visa, your MasterCard, your Discover, your American Express, and put it on that charge card. It helps us because it cuts down on paperwork. It helps you because it'll get you a thank you gift to you more quickly. It'll also get to you the MPT magazine more quickly as well. And that has some things in it you're going to want to be, you will be interested in, particularly for the month of August. 1-800-222-1292. Shoot over to the volunteer area now. Johnny Dark is over there.
All right, and speaking of volunteers, we have a group of terrific volunteers with us tonight from the Children's Theater Association and the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland. Now, they're giving up their evening. They want to be busy, and it's up to you to keep them busy answering the telephones. And right now, to my right, is Kevin Daly, who is the Managing Director of the Children's Theater Association. That's correct?
That's right.
All right, would you explain to us what CTA really is?
Sure. Children's Theater Association is a company of adult professionals who teach and perform for young audiences.
Now, what shows are you going to be doing this year?
Well, we'll be doing such popular titles as The Secret Garden, The Nutcracker, Winnie the Pooh, and Aesop's Fables.
That's terrific. Now, suppose we have someone watching that has a youngster that they would like to enroll. How do they find out more about the Children's Theater Association?
Registration is beginning now, and classes will begin in September. They can call our offices at 225-0052.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Now, we want this phone to ring because you came here to be busy tonight, right?
That's right.
All right, we do want to remind you of a couple of things. First of all, this wonderful American Heritage World War II book. This is incredible. It's yours tonight for a $60 pledge. Now, we're also talking about your $35 basic membership pledge. You know, I always love it when I pick up one of these forms and I see marked new member, because that means you're a new member of our MPT family. And the bigger our family, the more support we have. So here's the MPT magazine, and inside, as Bruce mentioned earlier, you are going to find some discount coupons for the Renaissance Festival. You can really save yourself some money, and other coupons in upcoming issues. But inside tells you everything that's going on for the entire month here on Maryland Public Television. Okay, now let's remind you, too, we still need a few more people to make that $300 pledge so we can turn that $300 pledge into $400. Go to your phone right now, 1-800-222-1292.
One lucky MPT viewer will win a fabulous vacation for 2 at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on Waikiki Beach. Your dream of a lifetime starts when you fly to Hawaii on United Airlines, the official airline of MPT. Then it's 7 days and 6 nights of paradise. Hilton Hawaiian Village features 10 restaurants, nightly entertainment, lush tropical flora, cascading waterfalls, a private lagoon, and over 100 specialty shops. Thanks to United Vacations and Hilton Hawaiian Village for providing this fun in the sun trip.
You know, everyone who calls during our August pledge drive will automatically be entered in that drawing for that Hawaiian vacation. I don't know about you, but it sure looks good to me, especially around February or so. But we also have something special for those of you who might call just tonight. We told you earlier that everyone who calls tonight will be automatically entered in our drawing for tickets to the Chesapeake Air Show. 6 lucky callers tonight, and we want to hear from you right now. We'll receive 4 tickets to the show, which will be held Saturday and Sunday, September 17th and 18th at the Martin State Airport. Now, at the Chesapeake Air Show, you'll get a chance to see the French Connection aerobatic team, the skydiving Blackhawks, formation flying, wing walking, and some amazing aircraft. The drawing will be held in our next break, so please go to the phone, call right now, 1-800-222-1292. We want to hear from you, don't we, sir?
Absolutely. Don't forget there is a $300 pledge we want you to make. If you can walk to the phone and say, I value the history of World War II, frankly, as much as I value the history of the Civil War, or as much as I value the history of baseball, I want to make sure that that piece of video history is preserved in my home library. Then please walk to the telephone right now. We need 15 more of you to pledge at that $300 level in order to assure us of you know, a huge additional chunk of money from Maryland Public TV, and that money goes to buy the kinds of programs that you want to see here on MPT. The number is 1-800-222-1292. Help us make that goal. Help us make the kinds of financial goals we need to make to provide you the programs you want to see.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
Feel the magic as we go in search of angels.
Tuesday night at 9:30 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This is PBS.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rhea Fiken here with Ken Manellis, Doug Roberts, and also with Doug Robinson, who is the chairman of the Maryland Public Television Commission. Please stay tuned for another episode of Victory at Sea coming up very, very shortly. You know, it was broadcast for the first time in the early 1950s and hailed as the greatest of all World War II documentaries. And isn't it a fitting time to watch this saga again 50 years after D-Day, when the Allies landed on the beaches of Normandy? Well, right now, it's the perfect time to say thanks to MPT for bringing this classic TV series back. Please call 1-800-222-1292 with your pledge of financial support. Help us continue to illuminate America's past and our place in history. And I'm going to tell you about one of the greatest thank you gifts we have ever had here at Maryland Public Television. We have, at a $300 pledge, the Victory at Sea VHS set. This is the entire series, 26 half-hour programs. If you get this $300 Victory at Sea VHS set, you have a piece of history. You have the Second World War, something that you can watch, you can give to somebody else, you can pass down in your family. This truly is a treasure and an item for you to really think about having. Please call us in with the best pledge that you can make, because for every one of these $300 pledges that we get, members of Maryland Public Television are going to give us an additional $100. So your $300 could mean $400, and we are going for 50 of these tonight. Please make it happen. That's not all we have, though. Let's go over to Ken.
Okay, thank you, Rhea. We have plenty of thank you gifts for a wonderful, spectacular program which you're going to be watching this evening. At the $75 level, we have individual episodes of D-Day or Pearl Harbor. Now, there's a real bonus on these tapes. They're individual episodes, we're calling them. That's at the $75 level. But each of these tapes contains 4 episodes. For instance, the one with the D-Day series, a special collector's edition, has the Battle of the Atlantic. Of course, Pearl Harbor, anti-submarine warfare. Midway is east. Another volume here has the New Guinea campaign, Sicily and the Italian campaign, D-Day Normandy, Killers in the Kill, Victory in the Atlantic, 1943 to 45. 4 episodes on each of these, but we're calling them individual and giving you that bonus. That's at the $75 level. Or if you like, at the $120 level, you can have both of these VHS tapes of D-Day and Pearl Harbor, both of them at just the $120 level. We have more for you to choose from. At the $90 level, the Victory at Sea CD cassette. 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. At the $90 level, I should say the CD set of 2 at the $90 level, and at the $75 level, you have the cassettes. So $90 for the 2 CDs, $75 for the 2 cassettes, Victory at Sea. This was a landmark work, and when it was first conducted by Robert Russell, the RCA Victor Symphony Orchestra, it was the largest work of its kind, and I think it was 1952 or 53 that this came out. This is the music that you're listening to tonight during this series on these CDs or cassettes. $90 for the CD, $75 for the cassette. Remember, as always, you can charge it on your Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. It's always good to think about the sacrifices the folks in World War II made that maybe your kids don't even know about and now can witness once again with a great program like this. Share it with them with your pledge of support. And now to Doug Roberts.
Thanks very much, Ken. I'd like to thank everybody from the Society for Technical Communication and the Rolls Company who are here answering our telephones tonight. And when we want to hear those telephone rings, please call us at 1-800-222-1292. For a $60 pledge, we have a very big and very heavy book. This is the American Heritage Picture History of World War II. Take a look at this. Look, see that? For a $60 pledge, we will send you this as a thank you note, as a thank you gift. That's what we want you to do, is pick up the phone right now, 1-800-222-1292. Now, for a $35 pledge, of course, we'll send you the Maryland Public Television Magazine, which is a program guide for the entire month and has all kinds of super neat stories, and you'll know exactly what's going on out here for an entire month. Now, we have a member challenge that Rhea told you about. These very, very nice people whose names that you're going to see right now, there they are. These really, really nice people have said that if you will pledge a $300 pledge tonight, we will receive an additional $100 for that. Now think about that. You pledge $300 and we get an additional $100. That's terribly, terribly important. We need that kind of money in order to present quality television, the kind of television that you expect from Maryland Public Television. So please give us a call at 1-800-222-1292 and pledge $300 so that we can receive an additional $100. That's 1-800-222-1292.
One lucky MPT viewer will win a fabulous vacation for 2 at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on Waikiki Beach. Your dream of a lifetime starts when you fly to Hawaii on United Airlines, the official airline of MPT. Then it's 7 days and 6 nights of paradise. Hilton Hawaiian Village features 10 restaurants, nightly entertainment, lush tropical flora, cascading waterfalls, a private lagoon, and over 100 specialty shops. Thanks to United Vacations and Hilton Hawaiian Village for providing this fun in the sun trip.
Does that look fabulous? Everybody who calls is going to be automatically entered. And by the way, at the end of our Victory at Sea marathon tonight, we're going to have a little mini sweepstakes. One of you who calls in is going to win 5 sets of tickets are being given away. 5 of you are going to win sets of tickets to the Chesapeake Air Show, which is really a spectacular event. So I hope that you'll call in and be entered and maybe one of the winners. And now I'd like to introduce Zelig Robinson, who is the chairman of the Maryland Public Broadcasting Commission and a good friend of mine. Zelig, nice to see you.
Pleasure to be here, Rhea.
I don't think it's tooting our own horn to say that a series like Victory at Sea would never be shown on any other kind of television except public television after its first time.
That's what public broadcasting is all about.
That's what we're here for. We do documentaries, we do a lot of things like that. I feel proud of this kind of program, don't you?
Of course.
And this is what we're all about. Do you remember the Second World War yourself?
If you'll keep it a secret.
Yeah,
yes.
We won't tell anybody, right, yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
I was very young.
What is your memory of it?
Well, I can remember December 7, 1941.
You really can?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Did you have anybody in your family who was in the war?
I had a lot of relatives who were in the war.
Yeah, I had a brother who was at Anzio Beachhead, so I remember it very well. A lot of people consider the Second World War sort of a forgotten war. You don't hear much about it, people don't talk about it, but so many of us had our lives touched by it.
Very much so. It was probably the most impressive event,
Yeah.
certainly in our early lives.
Absolutely. And I think it's really wonderful that we have it on the air tonight. And I want to tell you something, Zelly. You know, all over the country, when they show Victory at Sea, people have been calling in and supporting it in droves. We showed it the other night, and we did well, but not nearly as well as some of the other cities. Now, are we going to change that tonight?
We're in the midst of changing it, Rhea. Listen to the phones ring.
Okay, I was asking for, $300 for this entire series. I mean, that is really great. What is that a month?
$25.
Okay, I knew I could depend on him. I'm really bad at math. $25. I mean, we fritter away $25 every month, don't we?
Easily.
$25 a month, you get not only a membership in Maryland Public Television, but the Victory at Sea VHS series. It is an incredible series. And if you don't want it, what a terrific gift this would make for a school or for a library. I mean, it truly is something for your children, for your grandchildren to pass down, don't you think?
Well, even more important, that's $25 a month that comes to public broadcasting. So the public broadcasting can do all of the things that all of us want from it 12 months a year.
Well, it couldn't be said any better than that. We hope that you will call in now. The number is 1-800-222-1292. Let's go over to Ken.
Okay, and remember, as Rhea was showing you that big series of 26 half-hour episodes for $300, everyone who pledges $300, members of MPT have issued a challenge. They'll add another $100. It means so much more to us when you pledge right now, so don't wait. If you don't want the whole series, we have individual episodes for you. At $75, at the $75 level, the VHS individual episode of D-Day or Pearl Harbor. The wonderful thing about these individual episodes, as I'm calling them, each of these individual episodes actually has 4 episodes on it. For instance, the one on D-Day, of course, has the D-Day, Normandy, also has the New Guinea campaign, has the Sicily and the Italian campaign, and Victory in the Atlantic, all on this one tape. On this one tape, we have the Designs for War, Battle of the Atlantic, Pearl Harbor, Sealing the Breach, the anti-submarine warfare, and the Japanese victories in the Battle of Midway. All on these tapes at the $75 level. If you'd like, at the $120 level, we'll send you both of these VHS tapes. That means 8 episodes, 8 half-hour episodes coming your way at the $120 level. At the $90 level, we have the Victory at Sea CD set. It's the set of 2. At the $75 level, the Victory at Sea cassette. It's the music you're listening to tonight, the landmark score from the 1950s. It's a wonderful thing to have, wonderful thing to order. We're asking you to pledge your support, and we do thank you.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
What does it take to survive today? Street Smarts. Friday night at 10:30 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This is PBS.
The power of Victory at Sea comes from 2 things. First of all, it captures actual events as they happen, and it gives us a glimpse of the people whose lives were changed forever by this very dramatic time in history. It's possible that you were one of those people. If you are, we hope that you appreciate this opportunity to reflect on these events once again. And we hope that you're going to show your appreciation with a pledge of financial support, because with your help, we can continue to bring you programs that honor our past, that help us understand the present, and that guide us to the future. Call 1-800-222-1292 right now with your pledge. Now, I told you before, and I meant it sincerely, this show has been on the air in other cities around the country, and they have done enormously well. Tonight, we want to do as well as Boston and San Francisco and Chicago, and you can make that happen. How? We are offering an incredible thank you gift. For a pledge of $300, which sounds like a lot, but it's really $25 a month, think of it that way, you can get the Victory at Sea VHS set of the series. This is 26 half-hour programs. And I guarantee you that it is so much information that you will want to revisit them time and time again as you would a reference book or an encyclopedia. These shows let you see grief, they let you see sacrifice as well as glory, and really for the first time ever they showed the face of war. These were newsreel footage, actual footage. This was the first time that people ever had a chance to see what the war was like, and all of us have memories of that war, and this of course brings them back. If you were too young to remember it, it's a part of history you should know about. Now, we have a personal goal this evening. We are hoping that 50 of you people will call in with a pledge of $300 to get this VHSs, because some members of public television have got some money together, and we get $100 from them each time one of you pledges $300, so your pledge can mean $400. With that in mind, all that said, boy, those phones had better start ringing. Ken?
Well, I actually, Rhea, see why they should not be ringing right now. I'm thinking about how, as Rhea said, this is actual footage that was compiled in this great series that she told you about, or she showed you the whole series that you can get. It's preserving this series. It's so important. It's a part of our history. It's not just a TV show. It's the days before CNN, when you couldn't just tune in the TV and watch the live action. It's preserved here, history for you and for your family. Maybe you lived through it. Maybe you want to share it with your members of your family, your children, your grandchildren, and show them what it was like as when the whole country was pulling together. So let's all pull together now and support MPT and public television. At the $75 level, we have the VHS of the individual episode D-Day or Pearl Harbor. Individual episodes at $75 each. Actually, a big bonus here because you get 4 episodes on each of these tapes, VHS tapes, including the New Guinea campaign, Sicily and the Italian campaign, victory in the Atlantic, Japanese victories, the Battle of Midway, anti-submarine warfare, of course, and Pearl Harbor and the Battle of the Atlantic. It's all here. You can choose either one. If you can't decide, how about both? At $120 level, both VHS tapes of D-Day and Pearl Harbor at the $120 level. This show won all types of awards back in 1952 when it was first made, and you can easily see why. It's something for you to have in your personal library. Or at the $90 level, we'll send you the music that you're hearing right now from the Victory at Sea CD set. It's a 2-CD set, digitally remastered. It's Richard Rodgers' score, a massive score for that time, the largest of its time in the 50s when it was made. Robert Russell Bennett conducting the RCA Symphony Orchestra. All the great music that you're listening to tonight in the series is here on 2 CDs at the $90 level. At the $75 level, we have the Victory at Sea cassettes. It's the set of 2 cassettes at the $75 level, your choice. Remember, you can charge it on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. Let's get that good old feeling of cooperation and spirit going right now in this studio, right here, with your call of support at 1-800-222-1292. Doug?
Thanks, Ken. First, we'd like to thank all the nice people that are answering the phone, the Society for Technical Communication and Rolls Company, which is a bunch of very, very nice CPAs, and they're here answering the phones. And the phones aren't ringing the way we want them to ring. We need you to pick up the phone, please, and call 1-800-222-1292 and make a pledge for quality television. I want to tell you about a book we've got right here. This is a great big book. It is the American Heritage Picture History of World War II. You can get it for a $60 pledge. It's over 600 pages. Take a look at it. There you are. How's that? See? Isn't that neat? All you have to do is call 1-800-222-1292, and we will be more than happy to send you this 600-page great book. Another thing, of course, if you call and make a pledge of $35, you get our basic membership, which is really neat because you get the Maryland Public Television magazine here, which runs down the entire month of schedule, lots of really neat stories in there, and all you have to do is call in 1-800-222-1292, pledge $35, and you'll get this every month for 12 months. We also have some very, very generous people that we're going to show you their names right now. These people, have we got the names up? Here they come. What has happened is these people have said that for every $300 pledge we get, they will add $100. Think about that. Every $300 pledge that we get, we'll get another $100, and that is exactly what we need. We need those $300 pledges. We have thank you gifts that we think are really, really worth it. And we need for you to call in, please, and pledge $300. We'll get the extra 100, and then everybody's going to be happy, and you're going to get to see a lot of quality television for a long, long time. One other thing. You remember we were talking about the $300 pledges? Let me tell you, we got some here, and I want to thank these people personally. Richard Fleischman from Delta, PA, Louis Fisher from Sykesville, Harold Koenig from Rockville, Burton Andrews from Potomac, Randy Cable from Boyce, Virginia, Charles Clark from Baltimore, Maryland, Susie Januzzi from Arlington, Virginia, and John, what's this? Ferguson, thank you. John Ferguson Jr., Dr. John Ferguson Jr. from Frederick. These people picked up the phone, called us, and pledged $300, and that's what we want you to do. Pick it up right now. Call us at 1-800-222-1292.
Well, the phones are ringing. I'd like you to meet Zelig Robinson, who is the chairman of the Maryland Public Television Commission. Doesn't it make you feel terrific when you hear those phones ringing and people making those pledges, especially for those $300 ones?
Especially, Rhea.
That really is good. Zelig, you know, I think we've been saying it all along. Everybody knows this is MPT's 25th anniversary. What do you think is in store for public television and for Maryland Public Television in the next 25 years?
Well, Rhea, probably more of the same, only better.
That's good.
We're going to continue to serve the people of Maryland. We're going to continue to make an important contribution to public broadcasting throughout the country, throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to continue to be at on the cutting edge of the state-of-the-art with education, educational TV,
Mm-hmm.
daytime TV for kids.
Yeah. Well, we certainly do a lot of that already. I think it's going to be real exciting to see what we're doing. But I think everybody knows, and it is public television, and we can't do much of it without you. And that's why we're here for these pledge drives. We don't have any commercials. We have not a lot of ways of raising money, and so we really do have to depend on our viewers.
You just said it, Rhea. We have you.
That's right. And you've been great to us in the last 25 years. You're not going to let us down now. Now, I am personally just absolutely positively sure that by the end of this evening that there are going to be 50 of you who are going to call in and want to have this $300 Victory at Sea VHS series, 26 half hours. It is really incredible. There's 6 volumes, and each volume has on it a number of the programs. This is a collector's item. Are you a history buff, Zelig?
Yes.
Well, have you sent in your $300 and gotten this VHS set?
I had a conversation with Joan Frangos right before the show.
About? I mean, are you going to pledge your $300?
I'm qualified.
You're qualified. Okay, he's qualified. So we only need 49 of you now to call in so that we can do this. We hope we hear from you. This is an important night for us. If you care about history, then this is for you. If you were in the war, if you had a parent who was in the war, if you knew somebody who was in the war, or if you want your children to learn about it, this is a great teaching tool. But it's not our only thank you gift. Let's go over to Ken.
Okay, you swing that camera around here, I'll come on over to you. Well, I'll tell you, we have a lot of great thank you gifts. I just want to tell you something. The phones are a little bit silent now. If you're ever going to impress somebody about the quality of programming here on MPT, if you're ever going to call to impress somebody, now's the time to do it. The guy there with Rhea is the one who really is the one to impress. Show them that you support MPT. Show them that you support quality programming. Make that call, your pledge of support right now. I tell you what, my father served in New Guinea in World War II. I'm a veteran myself, not of World War II, but I tell you, I can understand the feeling of pride you would have in serving your country. Share some of that feeling with us now. Translate it into a pledge of support to preserve this great programming. Now, let's get to some of the gifts that we have. At the $75 level, we have the VHS of individual episodes, D-Day and Pearl Harbor, either one at the $75 level. You can have both of these episodes at the $120 level, a VHS tape. And I say episodes, each of these tapes have 4 half-hour episodes on them. At the $90 level, we have the Victory at Sea CD. It's a set of 2 CDs, and it's digitally remastered. It's the score that you're listening to tonight during this great series at the $90 level. At the $75 level, the Victory at Sea cassette we have for you. That's the set of 2. Shall I show them to you? Yes, here they are. The set of 2 cassettes. That's the $75 level. Charge it on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. Whatever you do, now is the time to go to the phone and make that pledge of support. Doug.
All right, for $60, this wonderful book, The American Heritage Picture History of World War II. 600 pages. Look how big it is. See, that's a big book. All you got to do is call us at 1-800-222-1292. Please, vote for quality television. We want you to make the call. Thanks very much for your support.
MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
Carreras, Domingo, and Pavarotti are back. The Three Tenors, 1994. Saturday night at 5 and 8 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This program is a real tribute to those World War II vets who really put it on the line, didn't hesitate to serve their country. So don't you hedge right now. Make that pledge. I'm here with Rhea Fiken, and Doug Roberts is also here with us. Stay tuned. We have another episode coming up in just a few moments. You know, the combat film in Victory at Sea came from 10 different governments. Much of it had never been shown before the original broadcast of this series. The narration was kept to a minimum, as you've noticed, so that the images could speak for themselves. And Richard Rodgers' 13-hour score was the longest symphonic score ever written. Victory at Sea is a one-of-a-kind series, and MPT brought it back for you. If you're glad we did, call right now with your pledge of financial support. In return, we'll use your pledge to bring you more television worth watching. And Rhea's been telling you about this all night. At the $300 level, this landmark series can be yours. The Victory at Sea VHS set. 26 half-hour programs, the entire series. This is a special collection. The drama of World War II unfolds in your own living room. That's at the $300 level. And Rhea, I believe we have a special incentive. This $300 pledge is worth $400.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
That's right, because we get another $100 for each $300 pledge we get. So you can make your pledge mean $400 to us, and we really are pushing tonight. And the reason we're pushing is because we just want to make sure that we do as well as all the other cities across this country. Honestly, we've got to have as many World War II veterans here as anywhere else. We have as many loved ones of World War II veterans here as anywhere else in the country, but now we're asking to let us hear from you. That's what this is all about. We have some additional gifts besides that. You may not want to spend the $300 to get all of those, but you might want to spend $75. And if you do, you can get a VHS of either the D-Day episode or the Pearl Harbor. Now, it's not just one thing. On this one, there is the Melanesian Nightmare, the Roman Renaissance, D-Day Normandy, Killers and the Kills. That's on this one. This one has Design for War, The Pacific Boils Over, Sealing the Brief, Midway is East. You can get either one of those at the $75 level. Now, I know that I just read those and you really want both of them, right? Right. So you can have both of them for $120. The VHS of D-Day and of Pearl Harbor. The New York Times says it's a television classic, a magnificent documentary, a superb achievement, a stunning experience, and it is outstanding, and it truly is. So that's for for you at the $120 level. Now, the music in this is really incredible. If you'd like to make a pledge of $90, you get not one, but 2 CDs. This is all the music on Victory at Sea, and it is beautiful, stirring music written by Richard Rodgers and remastered for these CDs, so that it really does sound wonderful. Or if you'd rather have cassettes, you can have, at the $75 level, 2 of the Victory at Sea cassettes. Now, you can charge it on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or your American Express. And if you are a veteran out there and are watching us, I want to thank you so much for everything you did to make the world we live in today possible. And I do remember when I was a kid, as I said earlier, my brother was in the war, and I didn't know too much about it, but I remember walking up the street and people had stars in their window, and if someone died, the star was one color, and if they just had someone overseas, it was another color. And I remember asking my mother about it and her telling me the difference and being very tearful because, of course, my brother was there, and thank God he did come home. But for those of you who are watching and have memories of World War II, or if you think it's important enough that young people should be introduced and have memories of World War II too, these are historical gifts that we have for you. Now let's go over to Doug in the volunteer area.
Yeah, first, let's just thank all these very, very nice people from the Society for Technical Communication and the Rolls Company, the very nice CPAs. Thank you very, very much for volunteering your time and answering these phones. We need people like you in order to keep quality television on the air. Thanks a whole lot. Remember, folks, call 1-800-222-1292. And let me tell you what we will send you for $60. For a $60 pledge, we will send you this over 600-page, beautiful, beautiful book, The American Heritage Picture History of World War II. Take a look at this. I got one right here for you. Okay. Can you see that? Yes. Does that tell you something or not? That's for $60 pledge. We will send you this terrific picture book, and then everybody wins. Also, for $35, obviously, we'll send you the Maryland Public Television magazine, which has the complete rundown of the schedule for an entire month. Lots of really great stories. And that's what you can get for the minimum pledge for $35. One other thing I'd like to tell you about, told you about the $60, told you about the $35. Some very, very nice people have said that if you will pledge $300, if you will pledge $300, these very, very nice people whose names that you see on your screen right now will add another $100, and that way Maryland Public Television will receive $400. Can you imagine that? $400 as a vote for quality public television, the kinds of shows you can't get anywhere else. These nice people whose names that are flipping right up right now know what quality television is, and they're prepared to put their money where their names are. They're going to donate $100 for every $300 pledge you get. We need you to call right now, 1-800-222-1292, and guarantee that you're going to get to see quality television. I also want to do one thing right now. I'm going to put these on so that I can read this. I'll tell you a little secret about these glasses in a minute. But I'm going to read you some names now. These are the names of the people during the last break who called and pledged $300. Are you ready? I want to thank you very much. Arance Willis. I want to thank you, Eugene Blattman from Sparks, George Vander Hyde from Falston, William Winter from Falls Church, James J. Hitchcock from Bethesda, Leroy Criswell from Westover, Robert Hewlett, from Shrewsbury, PA, Carl Standish from Ocean City, thank you, Robert Walensky from Washington, Grayson Thobel from Cockeysville, Tom Wambach from Durwood, Maryland, Nestor Carmona from Baltimore, Robert Converse from Rockville, Ron Wilhelm from Parkton, Albert McCovery from Silver Spring, Maryland, and G. Gordon Liddy. All pledged $300, and we want to thank you all very much. You know how they did it? All of these people picked up the phone and called 1-800-222-1292. Thanks.
One lucky MPT viewer will win a fabulous vacation for two at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on Waikiki Beach. Your dream of a lifetime starts when you fly to Hawaii on United Airlines, the official airline of MPT. Then it's 7 days and 6 nights of paradise. Hilton Hawaiian Village features 10 restaurants, nightly entertainment, lush tropical flora, cascading waterfalls, a private lagoon, and over 100 specialty shops. thanks to United Vacations and Hilton Hawaiian Village for providing this fun in the sun trip.
You know, Rhea, there was such a commitment during World War II, like we have never seen in this country. People working together for a common purpose.
Absolutely.
And I know that if you're a World War II vet, you know about commitment. We hope you'll transfer that commitment to MPT right now, because with the funds that were available to us, we're able to bring this series to life again right here.
Right, and we are getting a number of calls. We do want to thank all of you who called in, but we want to make sure that it's very interesting. When Doug was reading all those names, almost everybody who called in and made a pledge was a man.
Right.
So obviously this is a program that's being watched by a lot of men, and I'm not surprised, the subject matter and the historical value of it. But I do have to tell you guys that studies have shown that women are quicker to take out their piece of plastic and make a pledge to MPT.
No,
now,
come
you
on.
are not going to let that happen, are you? I mean, you're not going to let all those women support these wonderful programs at MPT. And here's one right up your alley. We need to hear from you.
All right, don't let her be right. Don't let her be right. Make that call of support right now. When you do pledge at the $300 level, we have this entire series, 26 half-hour episodes of Victory at Sea, focusing on different areas of the campaign of World War II at the $300 level.
Right. And if you would just like to have just one of these, you can get one at $75. If you'd like to have two, at $120. But boy, these are things that should be in everybody's library.
Really preserving history, and you can do that right now with your pledge of support to MPT, and we do thank you.
Thanks.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
Enjoying those golden years with Art Linkletter on Positive Aging. Sunday afternoon at 1 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This is PBS.
Well, it doesn't get much more powerful than that, does it?
It doesn't. It's so compelling. I was watching in the green room, and you just, the excitement built and built. You couldn't tear yourself away from this. And it's actual footage. It's not something created by Hollywood.
You know, at the risk of hyperbole, which I've been accused of many, many times, but this has got to be one of the most powerful television shows I've ever seen.
It really is. It really is. I'm Ken Manellis, along with Doug Roberts and Rhea Feichen. We're all here tonight to ask for your support for MPT. What happens with that support when you phone in your pledge? It goes right to powerful programming like this, the programming that you like here on MPT, because you are the public in public television. Stay tuned. Another episode is coming up in just a few moments. The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Mediterranean. Now, those names call up memories of dramatic maritime battles. Victory at Sea brings it all back. The U-boats, the kamikaze pilots we just saw, convoys, beachheads. This series brings back the people, too. The seamen, the soldiers, the civilians, the folks that we really have to be thankful for because they preserved our way of life. Now, sometimes we need to look back and to remember and to honor those who were part of it all. You can thank MPT for the chance to remember simply by calling 1-800-222-1292 right now with your pledge of financial support. At the $300 level, I don't know if I have it here. Yes, here it is somewhere. At the $300 level, the entire Victory at Sea VHS set. This series, 26 half-hour programs, all kinds of campaigns, designs for war, the Pacific boils over, Pearl Harbor, Mediterranean mosaic, Guadalcanal, Sea in the Sand, invasion of North Africa. It's all here in this $300, at the $300 level, Victory at Sea VHS set. 26 half-hour programs. This is an astounding series. The drama of World War II right in your living room. You can have it. And when you do pledge at the $300 level, there's an extra bonus for your programming fund because members of MPT will add an additional $100 to every $300 pledge, making it worth $400. But the cost to you, your pledge of support, is $300, and it comes to your home. Call right now with your pledge of support. There are other ways we have to say thank you right now. And Doug, you're going to tell us about those.
I sure am, but you can't beat this.
No.
For $300, we get an extra $100.
Here, I'll give it to you. You can.
There you go. And I don't see how you can beat it. Please give us a call at 1-800-222-1292 and pledge. Okay. Let's say you don't want to go for the $300. For a $75 pledge, we have a VHS. In fact, we have two of them. You can pick either one you want. One is the episode D-Day or Pearl Harbor. Listen to what these things have won. The Emmy Award, the George Foster Peabody Award, the Sylvania Award, the Freedoms Foundation Award, the U.S. Navy Distinguished Services Award. Every single award that they could have won, they did win. And for $75, we'll be more than happy to send you either one of them, or for $120, we'll send you both of them. You just absolutely can't beat that. Now, for $90, we will send you the Victory at Sea CD set. It's a set of two, as you can see right now. You've heard the music, the beautiful, beautiful music that runs through this entire show. We'll send it to you on two CDs for $90, or for $75, we will send you the cassettes. And I don't see how you can beat it. You can charge it on your Visa, your MasterCard, your Discover, or your American Express. But please give us a call now at 1-800-222-1292. Rhea?
Thank you very much. Okay. Enough. I mean, we are doing great up till now. All of a sudden, where are you out there? We need to get those phones ringing. We are going for 50 people to get that $300 set of all the Victory at Sea programs. And if we do that, it's going to mean extra money to us. And I understand that we have, and I just dropped my little paper right there, 17 more that we need to get. So 17 people out there, you're there, please call us. We want to hear from you. Now, for $60, we have a really wonderful gift for you. This is the American Heritage Picture History of World War II. I'm just going to read a little bit of things that are in the table of contents. March to the Abyss, Blitzkrieg, England Alone, Arsenal of Democracy, Japan Strikes, the Desert War, War at Sea, the War in Russia, the Air War, Closing in on Japan, Smashing the Third Reich, The End of the Rising Sun, The Legacy. It's all in here, and this is a very big, a very thick book, lots of photographs, and it is yours at an incredible good deal. $60, and you will get the World War II American Heritage book. This is something for your own personal library. Again, this would be a wonderful thing for you to give to a school or to a library. It would really be terrific, and it's all in there. Our basic membership level is $35, and at the $35 level, you can get our MPT magazine. This is the one from this month, and this is the upcoming one that tells about Ken Burns' 9 innings of baseball that's going to be here in September. So this is your MPT magazine with a basic pledge of $35. Now, as I told you, we need 17 more people for pledges of $300 to get the entire Victory at Sea series. I'd like to thank the following people who are helping us reach that goal. Mario Marissi, Baltimore, Gary Vokey in Silver Spring, Maryland, Joseph Driscoll III, Moncton, Maryland, James Sheeler, Reston, Virginia, Dr. Donald Cooper from Towson, Hal Hock from Silver Spring, Guy Bruno from Falston, Maryland, and Mike Miller from Alexandria, Virginia. Now, something else is going to be happening here that I know you're going to want to hear about. During our last break, which is going to be the next break, we are going to be giving away some terrific tickets to the Chesapeake Air Show at the Martin State Airport, and we're going to be drawing for 5 sets of tickets. So we hope that you'll call in, make a pledge, and be included in that drawing. We are going for 50 people with that $300 pledge. That's $25 a month. Surely you can make that happen. This is an amazing program. For those of us sitting around and watching it, it brings back a lot of memories. As I told you, I remember as a little kid waiting every day for the mailman to come to see if there was a letter from my brother from Anzio Beachhead in Italy. And thank God he came home. There are others who didn't. If you are a veteran, if you are the family of a veteran, we hope that you will call in and get one of our wonderful thank you gifts. The number is 1-800-222-1292.
Try the new easy way to support MPT. It's easy on your wallet because there are 12 easy installments. It's easy on you because there are no bills to remember or worry about. It's Easy Pay. How easy is Easy Pay? We'll send you a short, easy form. Return the form along with a check for your first installment. It's that easy. Your monthly gift to MPT is automatically deducted from your checking account, and each payment appears on your checking account statement, so there's always a complete record of your support. Call now and tell our volunteer operator that you want to pledge the easy way with Easy Pay.
So with Easy Pay, it's easy to call with your $300 pledge and order this set, the 26 half-hour episodes of Victory at Sea, a powerful program, never been anything like it, never will be. It's before the days of CNN and all the live instant news that you see. This is footage, contains footage from 10 different countries in this powerful series. We hope you'll call and pledge your support. We're going back to another episode of Victory at Sea, but take a moment, make that pledge, feel good about yourself, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. Thank you.
If you'd prefer to mail your pledge, you can send it to MPT, Post Office Box 13183, Baltimore, Maryland 21203. And thanks for your support.
Learn the facts about heart disease with Heart to Heart.
Sunday morning at 11 on MPT.
This program is made possible by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This is PBS.
Wow, it's an incredible show.
Must have felt great to come home. This wonderful program.
Absolutely. It was really something. And this is truly a piece of history. I mean, a wonderful program. The footage was amazing. I think it was probably the first time that people had any sense of war when they saw those newsreels.
That's right. And what was so interesting is that it's footage from 10 different countries you saw from a lot of different perspectives.
Absolutely. Most of what I remember about that when I was a kid was the rationing. There wasn't any bubble gum. I remember that.
Oh, no.
There no bubble gum. Please stay tuned for St. Elsewhere. Coming up next, Victory at Sea carefully documents World War II's maritime battles using footage, as Ken said, from both the Allied and Axis sources. The series depicts the horrors of war, but I think one other thing it does really, really well is show the bravery and the sacrifice of those whose lives were touched by it. No one can deny the power of this series. Victory at Sea won television's highest honors, and you can honor this compelling series by calling MPT with your pledge of financial support. Your pledge will help us bring more television worth remembering. Now, we told you at the beginning of this evening that we are hoping that lots of you will call in and get this Victory at Sea VH set of the series. It's 26 half-hour programs. We're asking for a pledge of $300, which may sound like a lot, but it really is $25 a month. It is, as I said before, 26 half-hour programs. This is a true piece of history. It is a special collector's edition, and it is certainly something that everyone would love to have in his library who is a history buff. Now, the other thing about this is that we have some people here at MPT, some other members who have put up some money, and they've said that for every $300 that's pledged, they'll match it with an additional $100. So we set ourselves a goal of 50 people calling in and getting this VHS series for $300, and believe it or not, we only need 10 more people to reach that goal. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now is we're going to start a 5-minute clock. And the clock you'll see ticking down right there in the corner. And as that goes down, it means that you have 5 minutes to call in, 5 minutes to get this wonderful series for a $300 pledge, 5 minutes to get your name in so you'll be eligible for the drawing for the air show at the end of this pledge break. So right now, we want to hear those phones ringing. Ken, if people don't want to spend $300, you have some wonderful thank you gifts at a lower level.
I certainly do. By 5 minutes to get you a piece of history as that clock runs down, so now's the time to call. But as Rhea says, if you don't want the whole set, we have the individual, or these 2 individual episodes, D-Day or Pearl Harbor, at $75 each, the VHS of either D-Day or Pearl Harbor. But you get a total of 4 episodes on each of these. D-Day has also the victory in the Atlantic, Sicily and the Italian campaign, the New Guinea campaign, and the other one, Pearl Harbor, also has the Battle of the Atlantic, anti-submarine warfare, and Japanese victories in the Battle of Midway. Either one. Now, with all that said, maybe you can't decide which one you want. At the $120 level, you can have both VHS copies of D-Day and Pearl Harbor. That's at the $120 level. At the $90 level, you hear music in the background. That is the music of the Victory at Sea, the program. You can have the CD set. It's 2 CDs. They've been remastered in Dolby surround sound for today's sound. And it has songs, cuts called Allies on the March, The Sound of Victory, The Turning Point, Ships That Pass, Fire on the Waters, The Mediterranean Mosaic, and on and on. The music you've been hearing during this program tonight at the $90 level. 2 CDs, a set of 2. If you don't have the CD format, you want the cassette format, you can have the 2 cassettes, Victory at Sea cassettes at the $75 level. A lot of incentives, a lot of reasons to call.